How's it going, everyone? My name is Dorky. Now let's get dorky. So today is my first ever talk show. So I wanted to introduce this to you. Eventually it's going to be on a set schedule for every Friday, just getting everything ready and involved for you guys. It took me a little bit longer this week, but hopefully from here on out, it's going to be every Friday, so look forward to that. This series is called This Week On. This episode specifically is This Week on YouTube. I plan on doing a little bit more, doing YouTube and movies and, TV shows, and This Week On multiple things. As of right now, This Week on YouTube is going to be the main one, and just give you a little bit of a recap of what happened this week on YouTube. To give you a little insight about what this is going to be, is it's basically going to be a list of what's kind of happened this week on YouTube with some of the bigger YouTubers that I subscribe to, that I enjoy watching, and I'm trying to get YouTubers from different walks of life, kind of different, gamers, we have vloggers, and just a whole plethora of different kind of YouTube styles. These are people I personally subscribe to and I really enjoy watching. If you want to recommend one, if you have any ideas or there are any YouTubers you'd really like to get a recap on every week, make sure to let me know in the comments, and I will see if it's something that someone I would put into the show. So let's get started. So first I'm gonna do some Jacksepticeye news. So Jack announced this week that he'll be playing a genocide run of Undertale. Yes. So he's been kind of up in the air of whether or not he was gonna do another Undertale run, especially a genocide one. He really liked how Undertale was left off, and he wasn't sure if he really wanted to see the genocide run and all the characters he knows and loves dead. But so many people have tried to convince him because of all the story, the extra story you see. There's a lot that goes on with Sans and some of the other characters that really kind of pushes the narrative and makes you invest even more into the characters. So he finally gave in and realized that maybe it would be for the best to do this. So he's going to be doing it. Not exactly... we don't exactly know when this is going to be, but I'm assuming probably sometime in the next week or two. So there's that, and he also this week started playing an old throwback game called The Game. It's an old Flash game that I remember playing way back when, a couple years ago, so it was pretty cool, and now that you know about it, you lost. Sorry about that. In PewDiePie news, he's been doing a lot of fan videos recently, and I really enjoy these. It's really awesome to see him kind of engaging more with fans. It means a lot to us and to a lot of other people that he's doing that. Ever since his book came out, it seems like he's really trying to get to know his fan base a little bit more. This video was really cool because he had video chats with these people, and not like Omegle where it's actually talking, but more like video messages, and they would leave like a 10 to 20 second message, and then he would watch it, and it was really funny. Some of them were really heartfelt and really passionate, and it was really nice to see how much he has helped some of these people, and some of them were just a little crazy, but that's what you get for being such a big YouTuber with 40 million fans. You get some really happy people and some really angry and crazy people. But that was really cool to see of him. And also his game Legend of the Brofist came out on Steam, and it's really cool because now they have a co-op version for it. So if you like the game as much as I like the game, I highly recommend it because it's going to be a lot of fun, probably a little easier with the controller than it was on the phone or tablet, and it's also cool to do co-op with friends. That's really awesome. In Markiplier news, Mark got a taste of Ross from Game Grumps' sadistic Mario Maker levels in Companion Springs. So Mark has been dedicating some of the Mario Maker episodes, 4 to be exact, to Ross's first Companion Springs level. He just beat it with the 4th episode, and that was cool to see. He was very, very angry at first, as you can see. Yeah, and but then he was very happy when he won.
Yes, I did. Yeah.
So I definitely highly recommend you guys checking that series out. It's really funny to watch him get really upset at Ross, but still love Ross at the same time. He also in the 4th one started playing the 2nd Companion Springs level, which is funny to watch because he has yet to beat it, and it's also extremely hard. So we'll see how he does there. He also started playing Fran Bow. Now, if you don't know Fran Bow, Jacksepticeye played Fran Bow a couple weeks ago. It was really cool. Franbo is an awesome 2D horror game, which I highly recommend you play. It has an amazing art style. It's very unique. There's constant changing in the style. Some of them look more cartoony, some of it is clay, it's crazy. It's really well done. If you don't want to play it yourself, I highly recommend you watch Mark or Jacksepticeye play it, because it's really cool. It's definitely a little creepy, not for the faint of heart, but it's awesome and very well made. So that's Markiplier. I definitely recommend you check out those videos. Game Grumps. Now, I personally love the Game Grumps. They're hilarious. They are like the grandfathers of games on YouTube, of gaming, and I don't know if they'll like me saying that, but I love them. They're awesome. And they revisited some of their older series this week. They revisited Bloodborne, which is really cool because I love the Bloodborne series. A lot of people love the Bloodborne series. The DLC for Bloodborne came out, so they started playing that. It seems very hard, but it's also hysterical to see them playing it and talking about stuff and giving voices to characters. Speaking of voices, they started playing Endless Ocean 2 and started doing a full series of it, which was awesome. They revisited that, and the Aaron and Danny, the voices that they make for the characters in Endless Ocean, I couldn't even imitate. They're so funny. They will make you crack up. I wouldn't be anywhere where you have to be quiet like a library, because you will be laughing your ass off. So I highly, highly recommend that you check those series out, especially the Endless Ocean one, because it's hysterical. In some vlogger news, Casey Neistat is a huge vlogger that I really admire. He started off a little while ago and he started making vlogs. He's really up there now, been making vlogs for I think over a year now. His daughter Francine just turned 1, so congratulations and happy birthday to her. Seemed like they had some delicious cake. I was a little jealous, but that's just how it goes. It seemed like they had an awesome party with family and friends, and it looked like a good time. He also gave us some insight on kind of his adventures. Casey kind of told us how he started off and how he got to where he is today. It was really cool to see his expressions and how passionate he was about what he's doing, and it was also nice to see his kind of throwback on and his advice on some of these really hard things that he had to do to get to where he is today, which is very successful and very happy with where he is. I highly recommend you check that out, especially if you're getting out of high school or you're in high school still, you're not really sure where you want to go with your life. I definitely would check that out because he'll give you that inspiration to follow your dreams, and I definitely think you should do that. He also told us about New York City and how much he loves New York City. And we know because in previous vlogs he's done a lot about New York City and told us how much he loves New York City, but it was really cool to see how passionate he was about the city. I only live 45 minutes away from the city. I've been visiting the city almost every weekend for years. My grandma lives in Queens. It's a beautiful place, and I hope to one day meet Casey. It would be a dream come true. It would be awesome, especially to go into his office and his workspace. That's like a dream workspace. It's so cool, and he's such a cool dude. So definitely check him out if you don't know who he is. And Matthew Santoro, if you don't know Matthew Santoro, what, have you been living under a rock? No. He's a funny guy. He does a lot of the top 10 stuff. And this week he did some myths about history that you still believe. So I wasn't sure if I would still believe a lot of them, but to be honest with you, I did. He did myths like Napoleon Dynamite wasn't a little person. He was 5'7", which is only like 2 or 3 inches smaller than me. So he really wasn't that small. He also gave us some crazy stuff like George Washington wasn't the first president of the United States, which blew our minds. So I definitely recommend you checking that out. He also gave us 10 cults that still actually exist, which is insane because some of these cults are crazy. You would think in a modern time like this that a cult, especially like some of the ones he describes, wouldn't exist anymore, but they do, and they do in force, and it is scary. So stay away from cults, please. That's Matt Santoro. Check him out. In Jontron news, Jontron gave us some awesome continuation of his food games this week. He did the first part a couple weeks ago, and now this week he did the second part. It's really well done. It's awesome, and it's really funny. He definitely has some rage when it comes to these older games. The food games basically are fast food conglomerates and other like food-oriented workplaces and companies that created games way back when to kind of draw people into the food, and some of them are just ridiculous. It's hysterical to watch. especially Jontron's reactions to them, so I highly recommend that. He also did released the 8th episode of Starcade. If you don't know what Starcade is, it's a Star Wars based series. It's awesome, especially leading up to the movie next weekend. It's going to be awesome. It's a cool way to hype up. It's funny and it's just great. I don't want to get too into it because I don't want to ruin it. It's really well done. It's great to see him play these old Star Wars games and just rage so hard at how crazy a lot of them are. So definitely check that one out. Now, Matthias, if you don't know Matthias, he is awesome YouTuber as well. He's kind of like a vlogger. He kind of does some really cool things that are very audience based, which is awesome, and that's something that I really admire. He started something called 12 Days of Matthias. It's something he's done in the past as well, basically like 12 Days of Christmas. And what he does is he will give 12 days 12 different giveaways, and that's his kind of slogan. That's really cool. So if you watch his most recent videos to its entirety and then you see the end, which I recommend, I mean, I guess you can skip, but personally I recommend you watching it. You should enjoy it. I know I really enjoy it. Watch his videos, and at the end, he'll tell you how to win a giveaway, and some of them are really awesome, so I highly recommend you check those out because they are really cool. Also, he just released a collaboration with him and his wife, Amanda Faye, who also has a little bit smaller YouTube channel, where they do a cover of Baby It's Cold Outside. They sing this and play the piano, and it's a music video. It's really well done. It's very beautiful, and it will really give you chills. You could see how much work they put into it, and it's very sweet. On GMM now, I don't know if you know who GMM is, what GMM is. GMM is Good Mythical Morning. They do a morning show every day on the week, every weekday, and it's early in the morning. It's great. I always watch it before work every day. They do different things every day, crazy things. It's Rhett and Link. They're great people. They're awesome. So this week they had Epic Rap Battle, which is rap, WRAP, which is like wrapping paper because they were doing stuff for Christmas. The Marvelous Toys, movie poster fails, deodorant experiments, and a new Willet. Willet is awesome. If you don't know what it is, you should. That's what got me into Good Mythical Morning. They basically take generic foods like pizza or tacos or just chocolate in general. So like Willet taco, like burger. They did like a Willet taco burger. So if the burger would taco, and it's really cool to see. They usually have ones that are like, that will definitely taste good. At least you would assume. Some that are kind of like, yeah, maybe they'll taste good, and then some that are like, no way, they're going to be gross, and they usually gag, and sometimes they spin them up. They try and keep it down. It's really funny to watch. It's really really cool, so I recommend you see that as well. This one was a pie Willet, so they asked Willet pie basically, and what was really cool about that is they did something a little bit unique. Rather than just being in their studio like usual and having their staff make the Willet concoctions, they went to an actual pie shop in downtown LA, and the pie shop chefs created their concoctions for them with the opportunity of maybe having one on the menu. It was really cool. I'm not going to give away what they were. Go check it out because it was awesome, and some of them were a little crazy. So that was Good Mythical Morning. Then we have SlowMo Guys. The SlowMo Guys don't always post very consistency, at least not, every week, but their stuff is always really well done. This time they did the condom challenge. Now, if you don't know what the condom challenge is, it's basically you fill up a condom with water and you drop it on someone's head. I know it sounds crazy, but that's what it is. I wouldn't do it, but it's funny that other people do. So basically, you would think when they drop it on their head that the water would engulf them, and it looks like it, but the SlowMo Guys, if you watch their video when they slow it down, it doesn't. It just goes over the head. So it's really funny to watch, and Gavin slaps the condom the second time to completion. It's really funny to watch. It's really cool to see it in slow motion, and I recommend you watch that as well. And now, last but not least, in JackFilms news. Now, if you don't know JackFilms, you should. Jack has about 2 million subscribers now. He's an awesome YouTuber. He does a lot of really cool comment stuff, and he usually gets people to submit like comments or grammar, like other people's comments that have bad grammar, to him, and then he'll post them on his videos. It's really funny. It's really well done. There's a little bit of drama this week because JackFilms saw a video that Jinx put out a while ago. Now, Jinx is a reaction channel. He has, excuse me, he has about 1 million subscribers now. And a while ago, back when he had 900 subscribers, he grew very quickly, but back when he had 900 subscribers, he did a reaction video to JackFilms, one of his YGS episodes. YGS is Your Grammar Sucks. That's when you submit the grammar that you see on YouTube or Twitter to Jack, and he makes fun of it. But basically, Jinx reacted to his Jack's YGS 99, and Jack felt, and a lot of people that were supporters of Jack felt like Jinx took his whole video, which he did, and he played it out in Jinx's video, barely had a reaction to it, gave no insight at the end, and that was that. And Jack had a point, and a lot of his supporters agree, where Jinx put no work into it, and he just basically stole Jack's video and put no insight and said that was that. So what's the point of watching his video, Jack's video, if Jinx is just going to have the whole video and his reaction? Which I understand, but there's a counter argument. The counter argument of people that support Jinx is that Jinx, first of all, really likes Jack, and that he admires Jack, and so he wasn't trying to do anything bad by him. And he also always, tells people to go to the person's channel that he's reacting to. He gives them a little shout out and puts their link in the description. But some people for Jack say that's not enough, and it's just kind of a back and forth. Jinx has since taken down that video, so it seems like he wants a peaceful kind of, resolution. They don't want to get into a war. At least Jinx doesn't want to get into a war about it, and we'll see what happens. But if you think that Jinx was right or that Jack was right, let me know in the comments. I'd be very interested to know what you think. And if you haven't seen this, I would recommend going to JackFilms, because Jinx took down the video, but Jack still has his video up, so I recommend you seeing that. Now it's time for Trending This Week. So that is the final segment of this talk show, where I pick just a couple of videos that were trending that aren't as much of the stereotypical videos that you would see trending. Some of them are. Some of them are kind of have been throughout the week, lived the longest basically in the trending category, and some of them are a little bit newer but have gotten very popular very quickly. So the first one is X-Men Apocalypse. The trailer for that came out. It looks awesome. Here's a little bit of my reaction.
Follow blind leaders.
Oh shit. Yeah, so that is my reaction for it. I will have a full release of that reaction coming out this week. That was just a little snippet of it, but it looks awesome. I'm super excited for it. There was also a video with Michelle Obama that came out called Go to College. So this video was obviously trying to get the younger generation to go to college and to just, follow their dreams and do what they want to do. And while I think it was a very well done video, it's completely up to you if you want to go to college. So I would definitely recommend watching it if you're not sure about it, but it was definitely very well done. There's also Billy on the Street. Now, if you don't know Billy on the Street, Billy was in Parks and Recreation for the last final seasons. Very funny guy, very eccentric, and he goes over to people on the street and he goes crazy, and it's really funny. Will Ferrell was on it, so he had 2 funny men on it, and it was just great. I highly recommend you watch that if you haven't seen it already. Then Watch Cut. They're awesome. I subscribed to them way back when they had about 100,000. They shot up real quick. They're almost at 1 million already subscribers. They did something called 100 Years of Beauty China. Now, they do this a lot. They do 100 Years of Beauty for a specific region of the world, a specific culture. It's really well done. It's awesome. They do a good job kind of capturing what what these cultures were before we know them today, and kind of how they've grown and how the beauty standards have changed, and you can see some of them through dictatorships and how it's changed. It's really well done. They do an awesome job. I highly recommend it. This one was for China. They do male and female most of the time, and there's a bunch on their channel, so check that out. Also, of course, you can't forget about YouTube Rewind. YouTube Rewind came out and it's already at like 42 million views. It shot up. It was awesome. Now, I really liked it. It was cool. We saw a lot of YouTubers we haven't seen in the past. We had gamers in it. The FNAF music started playing, and immediately it was dark, so you couldn't tell yet, but immediately I knew that Markiplier was in it. Ross from Game Grumps was in it, and PewDiePie was in it. It was really well done. it was really cool to see everyone and see a lot of the people that I subscribe to in the video. Now, there's a little bit of controversy because some people don't see the people that they like in it, and sometimes, you know, it's not as good as the previous year in other people's minds. I think it was really well done, but some people, you know, it's up in the air. You're not going to see every YouTuber. They did a lot of YouTubers this year, and it was good. But, you know, you can't get every YouTuber. I'm hoping one year, maybe in the future, I would get into it. That would be amazing. But until then, I just love seeing the people that I subscribe to and that I really enjoy watching in the video. So definitely watch that if you didn't. If you didn't, I don't know where you've been, because it's been trending for a long time right on the front page of YouTube. So watch that. So that is the end of this week on YouTube. This is the first episode. I really hope you liked it. If you did, please leave a like and comment below. I love hearing from you guys. And as always, stay dorky. Is he gonna go back in time? That's what it looks like. Oh no, he's just gonna run around the world and fucking... Yep.